Hey everyone, new day, new shirt. Time for a new batch of Rory Story Cubes. It is currently 93 degrees outside, and I have been informed that if I actually want the sound quality to be okay on this, I need to have the air conditioning off while I record. So we'll see how many we get in before I die. So let's get started with our first one for today. Didn't lose any dice off the table this time. Got a lot of animals this time. I'll be right back. We'll see what I come up with. Okay. After a very strange roll with an unusual amount of critters on the dice, I have a story for you. So let's do it. Once upon a time, the world was thrown completely out of balance. This resulted in unimaginable chaos. And I mean unimaginable. This is a picture of your chaos. You don't know what it looks like. But it's bad. One thing that did happen as a result of the chaos was an influx of magic across the world. And this meant that one day, sensing that everything was wrong with the world and things would not get back to the way they were without actual interference, a young prince of sharks rose up and said, I will set off and I will find the source of all of this chaos and I will right what is wrong with our world and return us to the way things should be. So the Prince of Sharks gathered his weapons, which included a shield from his friend the tortoise, sea turtle. Tortoises don't live in the ocean with sharks. Including a shield dedicated by his friend, the old sea turtle, who said, Go forth, my prince. Stop the chaos. Return us to the world that we know is right. Restore happiness to us. But happiness is an elusive concept. And the Prince of Sharks, doing everything he could, swam all across the oceans looking for the source of chaos, but he found nothing. So, having exhausted the seas, he turned to the land, and rose up and began to search through the lands. Magic means he could walk and breathe. So the Prince of Sharks continued on his way, searching for years and years, never finding the source of the chaos, but seeing all around him how much the world had changed. Sensing that he was no closer to finding the source of the chaos than when he had started out, the Shark Prince began to ask whoever he could find for help. But alas, no one knew where to find the source of the chaos. They simply could not say. Until the day the shark met a clever little bee. This bee had survived not only an attack on her hive that destroyed her colony and her queen, she also survived the waves of chaos that washed over the world for the past several years. She knew how to survive, and she knew the secret to enduring the chaos and finding happiness and returning to life as normal. So the Shark Prince asked this bee, Please, bee, let me find the source of this chaos. Let me set the world right. And the bee said, I will help you. So the bee told the prince of a faraway tower where a princess of the sky had been captured and was now being held against her will. So the bee told our shark prince that he needed to find this tower and free the princess, and when she returned to the sky, the world would return to normal. So thanking the bee, the shark prince set out, determined to find this tower, free the princess, and right the wrong. But he never did. For what our bee knew that our shark prince did not was that the world will go on, and it will endure, and it will learn to adapt. For the world is resilient, and the world cannot be defeated by a little bit of chaos. But the one thing that the world does need is the pull of an idea fueled by hope. And that's what the bee gave the Shark Prince, and that's what kept him going for the rest of his days. even long after the world had adapted and learned to live with the chaos. It became its new normal, long after the Shark Prince died. The end. I don't know how I feel about that one. Don't follow advice from bees is the moral of that one. Alright, on to the next. Oh. Okay, on to the next one.